All right, so this is my last full day in Greece. When I first got here, they told me like, hey, if you want to get a tattoo, they'll hook it up. Just come through, let us know what you want. So we're going to this really like dope tattoo spot here in Athens, and I'm getting a tattoo, and it is of a Pokemon. I couldn't really think of anything else that I wanted to get that would sort of represent what's going on in my life at this time. So I saw this meme of the Charmeleon or the Charmander, or I forget which one it was, but either way, he's got fire on his tail, and it was like a guy lighting the blunt off of the tail and being like, yo, this dude's mad cool. So I was just thinking about it, and I'm like, that'd be a pretty good tattoo. You know, I smoke a lot of weed, and I'm really into Pokemon right now. So getting this weird ass tattoo, we're gonna see how it goes. No idea what to expect, but tomorrow I'm leaving, so that'll be back to the normal video updating style that you guys are used to, so let's go. Working on the drawing. Got a couple of different ideas going on here. All of a sudden you guys just realize how crazy what you're working on right now is. Here we go. It's happening. Let me see it. Dope. Can I see it real quick for the video? Yeah. Here we go. There's no going back. I gotta smoke weed forever after this. What's up, guys? The whole BMX scene is out here because this tattoo shop's right next to the bike shop.
Charmeleon for life.
What's that? Charmeleon for life. Here we are, monstered out. Can I just use the bathroom real quick? I was just making fun of Adam from Handling Everything for not shaving his leg before he went and got a tattoo, and I told him it was kind of gay to make another guy shave your leg. But here we are. When a guy comes to get tattooed, would you prefer that he already has shaved the skin?
No. We prefer to.
You'd prefer to shave it?
Except that his hand is like this.
Right. Okay, interesting. Because one time I went to get my chest tattooed and I didn't have it shaved, and I kind of knew the guy, and he was just like, here, he just handed me the razor because he was like, that's weird, I'm not shaving your chest.
Sometimes if they have too much, hair in it, yeah, maybe he can groom it or something.
Right. Pubic hair or something.
Next
yeah.
time to stand like this.
Oh, sorry.
That's right.
Yeah, I'm not showing up with my pubic hair fully grown out. Here we go. We're changing up the lettering a little bit, but this is basically it.
Let's see.
Outline's almost done. It's the first time I got tattooed sober in many years, and also we're listening to Blood for Blood, which is great for the ambiance. Hey, it feels pretty good, just for the record. Doesn't hurt that bad. The last thing I got tattooed was the back of my head, so anything feels good compared to that. What's up? We're doing something a little out of the ordinary here. It's like half done now, maybe 2/3 done. I'm not even gonna give you guys a good look at it yet, but now they're switching out because he's got the super technical, realistic color skills, so they wanted to, utilize their expertise on this and switch it back and forth. I don't know exactly what's going on, but pretty excited. Here we go, yeah. Colors on deck. These guys both just tag team the tattoo. He did like the outline and some of the line work, and then he came in with the crazy ass colors on the Pokemon, so thank you so much to you guys for fucking hooking it up and shit. You guys are fucking awesome. Much love from America. If anybody who's in Athens, come here. I probably don't need to tell them to come here, but they probably figure it out on their own. But thank you very much, guys. Just got done the tattoo. Now we're on the train, or we're about to be on the train, and Jason says we're going to a really good rail, so you might have to watch some BMX tricks now. I'm sorry. And personally, I'm planning on eating some fucking street food. So I don't know. We'll see how this goes.
Lucky life, man.
Tattoo for the record, Sublaki life. And the guys were super nice. They hooked it up. Crazy getting a fucking dope ass free tattoo. You guys should definitely go there for sure. Just pulled up at one of the finest, lowest handrails I've seen in a long time. Really kind of sucks that I just got tattoos, so I won't be able to really deal with this too much myself, but what a fantastic banister. This could be my last Slovaki before I leave this trip. I feel like there might be another one tomorrow morning. No promises, but I'm gonna miss this. This is one of the greatest foods that the world has ever invented, and none of the Greek kids understand how great their local cuisine is because they're used to it.
I will send you a package with souvlaki, man.
All right, so Jason's asleep. Figured I would come out here and finish off the vlog. I know there's gonna be a million of you asking me, I've already read a billion comments like this, do a vlog about your tattoos. I always said that I wouldn't do it because I'm sick of fucking talking about my tattoos. A lot of them I've had for like 10 years plus, so kind of sick of talking about them, but I figured, why not? This is a vlog about tattoos, perfect time to, you know, give you guys a little bit of insight that you apparently want. And for the record, I am just on a random ass street corner drinking a motherfucking Amstel. I'm gonna start from oldest to newest. So there's an eagle that you can see half of on my leg because it's partially covered up, and that eagle was the eagle from the Path of Resistance CD cover. Yeah, that's how straight edge I used to be, that I was really into Earth Crisis and Path of Resistance. But it says True Till Death on it. I was straight edge until I was 22, so I got it when I was 18. That's 4 years. It's pretty solid. You can't really see it anymore. Then I think the next one I got after that was this big ass Can I Live chess piece with a fucking skull and wings above it. I got this when I was like 19. Can I Live, people always ask me what it says, it's kind of hard to read, but Can I Live is Jay-Z's song. You should definitely go listen to. It's off his first album, Reasonable Doubt. Classic song. I believe it's also the name of a Cisco song. It's definitely also the name of a Lox song, which is a pretty good song. I actually really like that song too. Can I Live, what's it mean? If you look up the meaning of the lyrics to Can I Live by Jay-Z, it's really all about just, can I live? Can I live my own life? Can I be left alone by everybody and fucking have the cops stop bothering me, my girl bothering me, whatever the fuck it is. And that, when I was 19, that's like how I felt. That's right when I was dropping out of college, and I just basically realized like I had enough of living somebody else's life and trying to do what other people wanted me to do, and I just wanted to bail out on society and basically do whatever the fuck I wanted to do. So that's what I did, and that, to me, that tattoo just kind of represented me taking control of my own life. And you know, within a couple of years of that, like right after I got that, I moved to New York. And then within a couple of years of that, I started to come up and was all of a sudden on my way to being successful. And even before that, with the poker stuff, I felt like I had really kind of taken my life into my own hands, sort of. So that tattoo maybe isn't the coolest one, but it definitely means a lot to me. I guess the next one that stands out is this tiger on my neck. Basically, I fucking cracked my kneecap while I was out riding by myself one night. I was in the hospital for a week because while I was getting it fixed, it got so infected that they couldn't take me out of the hospital. And then my friend John Blake, who's the singer, or former singer of On Broken Wings, he hit me up and he was basically like, yo, I'm at this tattoo convention in downtown Manhattan. And I was just like, fuck, all right. So I went straight there. After being in the hospital for a week, I went straight there and got this fucking tattoo of a tiger on my neck by some guy, I think from Denver. And didn't really have a lot of meaning behind it. I just wanted to get a fucking neck tattoo because I was already starting to make a living for myself, and I basically figured I want to get a tattoo that is going to kind of exclude me from ever being a part of like the normal workplace, because I just realized that I didn't want to be that kind of person. I didn't want to be the kind of guy with a 9 to 5. I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna get a fucking tattoo on my neck, make sure that I can never get a job. The other meaning is the fact that he was also the singer of this straight edge band called Shere Khan, who, classic, Caleb Kornbeck loves them. Awesome songs, all about basically hating people for not being straight edge anymore. John Blake smokes weed all the time now, I believe, so you know, I'm in a similar boat. I think the next tattoo I got after that was my right arm sleeve, which basically I got a whole sleeve based around the theme of a church burning, and this was like around the time that I was living down in Pensacola in Florida, and then I came back up to New York, and I just kept thinking about how much I fucking hated Christianity and hated the religion I was brought up with. And I really like the burning church because obviously I don't want to burn a church down. I don't want innocent people to die in a church, but I like it because it represents, to me, it basically represents like the death of ignorance and the birth of free thinking. And you know, this is when I was like 20. People accuse me of being fucking trendy for being an atheist. Like, I've been an atheist since I was like 13, but I think around like 2021 was when I really started to like read a shitload about atheism and just realized that it was 100% what I believed in. And I hate religion of all sorts. I got no apologies for religion. I don't fuck with it. And you know, I got this tattoo done by Seth Wood down at like Daredevil, I think, in downtown Manhattan. And yeah, you know, I like it. Then my left sleeve is it was a cover-up of the right sleeve. Like, the right sleeve, basically, I had tried to get a church burning tattoo earlier when I was like 18, but the dude who did it, I ended up really not liking it once he had done the outline, and I don't know what I was thinking when I let him do it, but basically I had like a total change of heart. I got it lasered a couple times, and then I got my right arm done over that. So I have basically like the prototype was on my left arm, then I got it done on my right arm, then I got everything covered up on my left arm. And it's basically just like a traditional sleeve by Eli Quinners from Smith Street Tattoo in Brooklyn, who to this day is my favorite tattoo artist of all time. I love everything about what those dudes do at Smith Street. It's like my favorite style of tattooing, just like the most hardcore traditional tattooing. And Eli is definitely a dude that I'll like hit him up and be like, yo, who should I get tattooed by in LA? And he's like giving me recommendations and shit. I just 100% trust his opinion on everything, and I still definitely plan on getting tattooed by him in the near future again. In a way, my left sleeve kind of was the first time I got a tattoo that really didn't like mean anything. I just like the way it looks, and that's kind of where I'm at now. Is like, typically if I get a tattoo, it's more about just aesthetically finding it pleasing. It doesn't really matter to me that much if it's, you know, something that has a super deep meaning to me. I don't think about tattoos the same way that I did when I was younger, whereas when I was younger, I wanted it to have like a message that meant a lot to me. Nowadays, I'm kind of content to get tattoos that I just think they're dope and I like the way they look. Around that time too, actually before that, the first tattoo that Eli Quinners did on me in Brooklyn was my right shin. He was still working out of his apartment when he did this, and I basically told him I wanted to get like a Virgin Mary, you know, choking herself out and like dying, and he was fucking with it. I know that like the anti-religious themes in my tattoo are pretty like blatant and in your face, but you know, whatever, I love it. And he fucking killed it, and he did these like crazy looking broken glass shards coming out at her and everything, and I don't know, I've always just been a fan of this tattoo for sure. And it's funny because like I used to work out in Brooklyn at Richie's gym, and all the Mexicans would be staring at it just like thinking it was cool for a second, and then realizing she was choking herself out, and then they would not think it was cool at all. But yeah, around that time too, Eli Quinners, and I hate that I have to show my fat fucking gut in this video because I've been eating like crazy out here in Greece, but I got a big rocker that says root of all evil. I got it because it was at a time in my life where I was really thinking about money a lot, and just thinking about how, you know, I woke up every day and just tried to hustle and just tried to get something going, and I just wanted to get a tattoo that really like represented that struggle and motivated me to just every day wake up and just do something I'm passionate about and just try to get my funds up. So I got this big ass root of all evil thing, and then I asked him, once I had that all done, I was like, yo, what do you think I should get above it? And he was like, well, you know, we could go a lot of different directions with it, but I would like to do a bunch of girls above it because I think it would look cool. And even though tattoo is not supposed to indicate that I think women are the root of all evil at all, I kind of agreed with them that it would be cooler looking to get a bunch of broads' heads above it instead of getting, you know, a bunch of stacks of money or some shit. That would be kind of weird. So we did that. That area, Eli probably still has to like finish up. If I ever get enough time to really get in there with Eli, I guess he's probably gonna have to finish that up and do some final touches on it. But okay, so then also by Eli Quinners, on the right side of my neck, I have this big ass girl's head, and it says no future. No future was like my motto when I was like 19, 20, when I first started getting a shitload of tattoos. Basically what it means to me is just that, you know, you wake up every day and you don't know if you're gonna be alive or fucking dead after this. You might as well think about life like you have no fucking future, but you can just go hard every day. Like, that's basically what that tattoo means to me. Is like, I don't live my life worried about like what tomorrow's gonna be like necessarily. Like, yeah, I do try to plan for it, and I do try to like be in the best possible position for my future, but at the same time, like, you know, no future. Sex Pistols too, obviously. Then in the middle of my throat, one day I went to get tattooed by Eli and he was busy, so I had Bert Crack, who's also fucking fire. Hood ass dude from Queens, and he's just amazing. Super fucking funny. He was always rocking a Diplomat's tee when he used to tattoo me back like in the mid 2000s, and it was just funny because I was always rocking that shit too. But Bert Crack did that. That's one of my favorite tattoos, honestly. It's just a basic ass flower or whatever, but he just snapped, he killed it. Okay, so then I also got these dollar signs on my hand. At the time, this is kind of embarrassing, and not a lot of you are gonna understand this, but Ayn Rand was like an objectivist author who basically had this like super hardcore, like do-it-yourself, right-wing type philosophy on life. And I was super into her for a while because I was just like a young entrepreneur in like 2005. She wrote Atlas Shrugged, and she wrote The Fountainhead and all these famous books that I read. And in retrospect, her whole perspective on philosophy kind of outdated and everything, but I am a fan of her just overall, her bizarre character. I would highly suggest you at the very least go check out the Ayn Rand Wikipedia page and just check this bitch out because she's wild. I read her biography, I read all that shit, and the dollar sign was like her symbol of her personal belief system, and I figured that it would be like a good like double meaning thing because obviously I'm about the bands, and then also, you know, I was a fan of her particularly at the time. Then I moved to California. Eli Quinners came and did this tattoo convention in LA, and I went there and I basically just got my hands done, big ass stamps, told him he could do whatever he wanted, and he had a couple of like flash pieces that he wanted to do. This bulldog with the fucking army helmet, and then also this like Baphomet fucking Satan head that people are always gawking at in public. So got both of those done, and I love the way those look. Then I went to Toronto on a road trip, and shout out to my friend Lee Dennis. He's a former pro BMX rider, probably still rides, probably still kills it, but he's also just a great dude. And he just, for some reason I had the idea in my head that I wanted to get a gorilla tattoo. He did this drawing of a gorilla, boom, got it on my shin. Shout out to Lee. He used to always have amazing hair back in the day. He's a fucking incredible BMX rider. I don't know, he probably has shorter hair now, I don't know. But he fucking did that on this Toronto trip that I did, so that kind of reminds me of just being in Toronto and Brooklyn for like a month or two over the course of one summer a couple years ago. Okay, and then so when I moved to LA, I asked Eli, I said, yo, who should I get tattooed by in LA? And one of the names he said was Grant Cobb, so I got in touch. He used to tattoo out of this place that's pretty close to where I live now called Spotlight. It's on Melrose. It's probably, in my opinion, the best tattoo place in LA. Definitely the best if you're interested in like traditional and everything. And I went through and just got a bunch of different stuff done by him. I got this big ass panther on my side that is not done yet. I still have to do another session with him to get that finished. Again, this doesn't mean anything. It's just I like the way it looked. He did this big portrait of a woman on my side. He did my pubes. Basically, like, I got a girl's name tattooed right above my dick at one point when I was like 21. Why? I don't know, but I did it. And so basically I just had him do this big ass Grim Reaper head right above my dick. I briefly thought about getting above my dick, you'll regret this, and then he convinced me it was a bad idea and that girls wouldn't think it was funny, but I thought it was funny. And then the final thing that I got done by Grant Cobb was he did a big ass eagle holding a globe on the back of my head. So I'm pretty sure that's all my tattoos. I'm looking around trying to remember if there's anything else. Oh, and also I got a big ass OSS on my neck because I want some shit for life. I got that right when I started the brand too because I knew I was rocking with it forever. So yeah, that's all my tattoos. I'm assuming that's probably less interesting than you thought it was gonna be. Maybe now you understand why I didn't want to talk about it on a vlog, but I guess I'm glad that I got it out here, so at least you can point, if you see any thirsty ass commenters asking that kind of shit in the future, you can point them to this vlog and say, hey, he explains it all here. In terms of future tattoo plans, I have this plan where in my head, I'm gonna go to Brooklyn, I'm gonna get a hotel, I'm gonna get some drugs, and I'm gonna get my entire fucking head tattooed. So if you see me with a shaved head in the near future, that's definitely wise because I'm about to get my whole fucking head tattooed and I really want Eli to be the dude to do it. And then at some point I'm gonna get my whole back done. And then I also wanna get big ass thigh pieces. And once I do those, then that's a lot. That's like almost all the real estate that I have once I get my thighs, my back, and the rest of my head. So that's the plan. I don't know when it's gonna happen, but anyway. All right, so I'm back in LA. I realized that the only one that I didn't explain was the basement on my knuckles. Basically, it's kind of a double entendre for me because a lot of my friends call me Bass, which comes from my last name, Grand Mason, which turned into Grand Liaison, which turned into Grand Basshead to Basshead to Bass. And I know that doesn't make any fucking sense, but, you know, weird jokes with your friends. A lot of my friends call me Bass. You can call me Bass too if you want. You can pretend that you're friends with me. But anyway, basement. What does that mean? Well, besides the bass part, it's like I have all these intense memories of being a young kid because I grew up in the basement. That's where my room was. And I remember just laying on the ground thinking all the time about how I needed to get the fuck out of where I grew up, how I had to get up out of that house, and how I had to make something of myself. So, you know, I'm trying to stay grounded. I'm trying to stay rooted to where I came from. And to me, where I came from is the fucking basement, the bottom, you know. Not that I'm from the bottom, like some people are from the bottom, because I ain't from the fucking worst hood in the world. But, you know, I come from a place where there's not a lot of opportunity in fucking New Hampshire, and I got the fuck out of there and made a name for myself. So I just try to, like, stay grounded in the shit that I came from, which is pretty much nothing. Anyway. Oh, yeah. And it's not a teardrop, motherfuckers. It's an upside down cross under my eye. I'm going to get it bigger because I'm sick of people, like, not knowing what it is. And I figure, like, if you're going to have a face tattoo, you should probably get it a little bigger. So I'm going to have those lines extend out a little bit more. So those are all my tattoos. Please like, please subscribe. Hope you guys enjoyed this. More vlogs and more podcasts coming this week.